Hello, everybody, and we are continuing on with week 6 of micro reflections for the 21st century, and we are moving through this the spring equinox, so nice and smooth, and it's a nice, beautiful spring day here in North Lake Tahoe, California. I am facing east. We got the south-facing sun. I got that great northern sky over that way, and behind me the sun is starting to set. And I invite you, wherever you might be, listening to this, fast-forwarding it. Maybe you're even reading along with it. Some people like to do that with this this book of passages. Is to just come up with your own reflection and inspiration and intention around any of these passages, and whatever they mean to you is what they mean to you. That's the key point here, is that I'm not here to teach you what to think or even how to think. Just think for yourself in a way, and just make the meaning out of these passages in a way that resonates with you, because they are written in a way that can be very timeless. And I'm going to surprise myself here. We're going on week 6, and this is passage 17. Ooh, I like this one. So this one is titled, "The Arrows Have Been Released." Legolas from The Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit is like one of my favorite fictional characters of all time, because not only was he a great archer, but he could walk on snow, and he just was very aware of his surroundings, and he treaded lightly, right? And it doesn't seem so much that our world treads so lightly anymore, and it's a good reminder to tread lightly even when the arrows have been released. So here we go with another micro reflections for the 21st century. So the proverbial arrows have hit the target. Boing, boing, boing. The arrows being crisis after crisis. The target being the humans enduring their anxiety-riddled mysteries. Yet humans from the top down and the bottom up have spent way too much time asking, who made these arrows? Who shot them? What kind of arrows are they? And just yesterday, I remember, this is probably a good example here, is that think of what goes on in the media, whether that's social media. We talk a lot about the media, right? Like micro media is the social media, macro media, mass media, Fox News, CNN. And there's so many people out there that are paying so much attention to what other people are doing and how other people are acting. And if they're not acting in accordance with my belief systems and values, then they just must be a terrible person, or a misogynist, or a bigot, or whatever, or a sexist, or a pedophile. And we've also talked about that quote that we live by here at Medicine Box by Henry David Thoreau, is that it's not what you look at that matters, it's what you see. Okay? And yesterday, one of my heroes, the Dalai Lama, okay, was on film conducting a speech or a ceremony or initiation, whatever it was. I didn't dig into it too much, because is it the truth when it gets over to social media? I don't know. I'm very discerning, right? There's a lot of people who are asking, who made this arrow? Who shot them? What kind of arrows are they? They're a metaphor. Arrow is a metaphor for this. But the Dalai Lama, kissed the boy on the cheek, and then it was weird. It was a little creepy, and he stuck his tongue out, right? And I believe he asked the boy to kiss his tongue or suck on his tongue. I don't know. But of course, that was just enough for everyone to spread all these ghastly rumors around. And maybe some are true, maybe some are not. But who has a right to do that, right? When we don't know the truth and the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Okay? We don't know what the actions of others are meant or intended for. So is it worth asking all the time, what kind of arrows are they? Who shot them? Who made these arrows? Or can we just maybe lay down the bow, right? And observe and reflect. Okay, it's great to be discerning. It's great to have information and be a nonconformist, but have all the information equipped in your quiver before you make any sort of insinuating outcomes, right? And sharing it with the rest of the world. So anyway, that was a bit of a ramble about the anxiety-riddled mysteries that we see. And meanwhile, all of the people in real distress are simply not being helped. We shall be responding with the 6 C's rather than questioning the politics and beliefs of those we help. COVID didn't discriminate. So this is one of those arrows. This was written during a time of COVID, but I feel it's pretty timeless because we've all gone through COVID. We all had COVID. Most of us had COVID. I had it twice. Wasn't all that bad, right? I'm also not vaccinated. I'll just throw that out there to be transparent. But think about the arrows. Who shot the arrow of COVID, right? Who made the arrow of COVID? Right? What kind of COVID it is? What kind of vaccine did you get? Right? We're so focused on the external world and trying to control it because we can't even respond to our own internal environment. Okay, so the COVID did not discriminate. The pandemic, however, certainly did. There has been way too much attention on the who, what, and why, instead of sharpening our direct attention on the overall creation of health and happiness. Again, so we are so focused on this external world and making sure that people, places, and things act in an accordance. So I feel comfortable in this world and I feel safe in this world. But we are meant to feel safe in ourselves, in our body, in our mind, in our soul, in our heart. And today I had a conversation with someone that the more we get into these psychedelic experiences and deep meditation, and we keep building consistency in these practices, prayer, meditation, reflection, observation. I had a great one today from one of our members in our community that she is the spectator in her life. And being a spectator in her life means that she is calm. Okay, how do we become a spectator of our own life versus being the one spectated, right? Being the one in the Colosseum, right? How do we become the spectator of our own life? As Eckhart Tolle said, stop everything that you're doing in your life and look at your life, okay? We're so focused on looking at everyone else's life and what everyone else is doing and how it does not meet our needs as a very unique human. So instead of sharpening our direct attention on the overall creation of health and happiness, okay, maybe we can take a lot of that energy, and here's just a suggestion, is take some of that energy that we put out there to try to change and fix and be these social justice warriors and these anti-social justice warriors and these value signalers and cancel culturers, right? And take some of that energy and put it back in yourself. And sharpen that direct attention to the overall creation of health and happiness for yourself, then share it outwardly. How about that perspective? And that's a great perspective that microdosing can give us. Is like the stuff out there, it's really not us. It's up to us to take radical responsibility to do the best that we can with what we are given and accept everything as it is in this very moment, because absolutely nothing happens in this moment by mistake. And my lovely partner Jessica just walked up the stairs trying to tiptoe because she didn't want to make any noise. See, she has sharpened her direct attention on the overall creation of health and happiness for herself. She's not concerned with all that other stuff. Okay? She's not asking, why is he sharpening his arrow, talking on the microphone while I walked up the stairs? No. It's called acceptance and learning to live from a place of that radical acceptance and responsibility for how we carry ourselves in the world. We can't change the world. We can only change ourselves. Okay? So health and happiness that is equal to our collective humanistic values and not a greater financial bottom line. That was just a little spin there. Because, right, when we're so focused on the mass media and the micro media and who shot the arrow and who did this and who did that, I guarantee there's just money always tied back to it. If we lived from a place of compassion and empathy and kindness and humility, okay, it's equal to our health and happiness from that collective humanistic viewpoint. And it does not have the attachment and the tethered cord to a greater financial bottom line. Hence, pay attention to where you're putting your energy into, and take some of that energy, even if it's just 1% of it, and put it back into yourself and invest in yourself and your health and happiness. That doesn't cost money. There's a lot of free things. Oxygen, sunlight, the forest, natural bodies of water, all the things. There's dozens of them. And to finish this off, and what inspired this whole passage here is this Indian proverb, is when an arrow has hit, there is no time to ask who shot it or what kind of arrow it was. Meaning it's already happened. It's already happened, now what? Now what? Then it's take action and take radical responsibility and practice acceptance and allowing of things to come and things to go without rocking our balance and centeredness and throwing us off the place of the foundation that we've built for ourselves. Okay? There is no time for that. We don't have time in this modern world. It's moving way too fast to try to figure out where all the arrows have come from. They've been shot. Okay? And we don't need to even know what kind of arrow it was. And in conclusion, be like Legolas from The Lord of the Rings. Tread lightly through all this stuff. And remember that you can still have your quiver of arrows, but where are you going to point the quiver of arrows? Right? Where are you going to shoot your arrows? That's all up to you to decide. So the arrows have been released. This has been another Micro Reflections for the 21st century.